all this, what next? What is the recourse? What do we have? Because by the end of the day, the people who have been adversely mentioned in this investigation are still in the office. So are we not just doing this arbitrarily, and then by the end of the day, once the waters cool, then we take these things below the curtain, behind the carpet, and then it's done. So are we really looking forward to indeed having these people who will be culpable really being charged? Are we? I don't think so. Because by the end of the day, we just need justice to be done. I
think that they will be charged, Fred. I think, let's not, I don't want to disappoint your viewers.
It is a year later since what happened last year. In fact, we should be marking an anniversary for June 25th.
Yeah. June 25th.
That is when parliament precincts were breached.
Yes.
Parliament itself has not carried a proper inquiry to actually say, this is what happened to us. And this is our report. These are the recommendations going forward. So what is the outrage in Parliament that we see this time around, and what will happen?
Fred, we must look at the bigger picture, and on this one I have to be very honest with you. There's so much that has happened since last year's riots. I mean, when the Gen Z went to the street, there's so much, including Raila has gone to sit with William Ruto, 100%. And there's so much besides that William Ruto himself, as head of state, has actually come to do some apology in public. We don't know what the apology was.
No official apology.
But at least he has gone to a prayer breakfast and he has said, we are sorry. That does not happen in Tanzania. It doesn't happen in Uganda.
But should we be comparing ourselves?
That is Kenya for you. And we must be happy about this. Why? Because at least it shows that when the youth move and the country moves to demand certain things, they do not get the answers they want, but some answers come up. This is not happening in other jurisdictions, and I think that's a big thing for Kenya.
I'll give you an example of the very sad events of the 2007, 2008. That after that, it was such a big deal for Kenya that we had to have a commission of inquiry, the Kriegler Commission, to actually look into what really happened, identify the problems, identify the possible risks going forward, do a report with proper recommendations to avoid a repeat. How come our houses of parliament were breached last year? People were killed inside the precincts of parliament. There's been nothing like that till now. Yet now we see parliamentarians expressing a lot of outrage publicly, sort of a play to the gallery. Do we expect anything consequential from that?
You see, Fred, what was implemented in the Kriegler report, for example? Nothing.
Yet at least we have a document tomorrow.
That's what I'm telling you. What was implemented in NADCO report?
Nothing.
Until again we've got to find ourselves in this kind of mess. So the implementation part is what I'm telling you, Fred. It is about governance and leadership. They are not interested to do that. But the Kenyans don't stop. They keep moving. And when they move, some change comes. It may not be what, I mean, we've told you, go sit down there, do a NADCO report and come back. And you come here, you don't implement it, you go into IBC, you appoint IBC, you say these are the ones, you go to court, you go to parliament, you approve them, and then you go to court again, there's a case. The same things are happening. I don't think we need to use those lines as a means of discouraging the Kenyans, Fred. We need to show them that it is true the governance is failing us. Governance is not correct in our country, but Kenyans are not tiring.
But as an officer of the court,